What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and this is going to be my first impression and stat speculation of the new Sacred Stones banner that we're going to be getting, and it is certainly really interesting because of the precedents it sets up. So the first unit we have on this banner is going to be Neimi, and she is a red infantry bow. So there are not too many red infantry bows, especially in the normal summoning pool, and especially who have preferred weapons. So Rapid Crier Bow is her preferred weapon, which is going to be giving her +3 speed, and it does have attack speed gap built into it, so she can buff up the ally who has got the highest total attack plus speed. And then if she's going to be within 3 spaces of an ally, she can get +5 to all of her stats, and then she can get even more bonuses to her attack during the combat, depending on the highest total of attack and speed bonuses on an ally within 3 spaces. So for example, if she buffs up an ally for +6 attack and speed, and they are within 3 spaces, then she can pretty much get +12 attack extra during the combat. So this is going to be really good for getting extra damage output, and it's kind of reminiscent of how Ashera's weapon functions. So this cannot really be stopped by lull skill because she's getting the stats due to the ally within 3 spaces and the stats on them. So it just plays around with the visible buffs, and then she's got Moonbow and Speed Resistance Bond 4. So this is a new Bond 4 skill, and honestly it's not that great of a tier 4 skill, and Unity skills are usually going to be better because of its 2 space range. And then she's got Joint Drive Resistance. So Neimi has got a pretty interesting preferred weapon that can be used to support the allies and also make her powerful and actually get a lot more attack during the combat because of its secondary condition. And 3 space range is quite lenient, so it is going to be pretty easy to get that. And we can see that in the combat she's actually getting +17 attack during the combat, so that's pretty good for damage output. So overall I expect her to be pretty much like a red Ronin. So Neimi has got a lot of focus on resistance in her base kit, and that pretty much makes me think that she's going to be having very high resistance, not that high of a defense, and she's going to be good offensively and also can get a lot of attack with this preferred weapon. So pretty nice stuff overall. Having this kind of preferred weapon can certainly help her. And then we've got Rennac as a green infantry dagger unit. We do not have a lot of those. Honestly, the only one we got was Dancer Alincia many years ago, so it's certainly a unique class type. And then he has got Vicious Dagger Plus. This is basically a non-seasonal version of Courtly Fan Plus, and it is going to be present in the normal summoning pool. You can get Courtly Fan Plus from the Divine Code section on Dancer Etlin, but now it's also present here. And then he has got Attack Speed Solo 4 and Disarm Trap. So we have certainly obtained quite a bit of Disarm Trap in a couple of days here with Nier Fafnir as well as Rennac here, and he's going to be present in the normal summoning pool, so that is going to be pretty great because Disarm Trap is such a good skill on many units like Yuri, Ninja Lin, Air of course. And Rennac unfortunately is the kind of 5-star locked unit that is really useful for his fodder, but like he wouldn't mind getting demoted if you get what I mean. All of the units on this banner are going to be pretty fast, and he's going to be no different. He's going to be probably having higher resistance than defense. So he does 69 damage to that Lance Cavalier, and then we move on to the demote unit of this banner, which is going to be Colm. So he is a blue infantry dagger unit, and again this is not that common of a class type. We only have Dancer Ryoma and Ilger in this class, and he is a demote, so that's pretty unique. At least it's something different than, you know, another Lance Flyer or Sword Cavalier. So he has got Quick Dagger Plus, which is a non-seasonal version of Ouch Pouch Plus, which Hot Springs Camilla had. And funnily enough, he also has Attack Speed 2, which also Hot Springs Camilla had in her base kit. So this weapon is basically pretty nice for pre-charging your Moonbow 2-turn specials, and can also be used for, you know, having lethality at lower cooldown, but it's basically going to be active at start of a map. So it used to be decent for like Aether Raids defense stuff, and nowadays we just have better options, but still it's a nice dagger option I guess to pre-charge. And he also has Attack Res Link, which I think is probably going to be locked to 5-star, and then Attack Speed 2 is going to be present at 4-star. He also has Pivot and Moonbow. So yeah, Colm, I expect him to have more defense than resistance. He's definitely going to be a cool merge project for many people because of his unique class type. And we don't really get too many like colored dagger demotes as it is. So I expect him to be pretty fast, obviously, like I said. And having higher defense is going to be helping him against many of the physical red units that are pretty common with distant counter weapons and stuff. And then we have the final unit of this banner and the start of this banner that opens up the gates for so many options to be available on banners, and that is going to be Ascended Joshua. So he is the first non-OC Ascended unit, and that means that we can have stuff like Ascended Laura Shell, Ascended Soren, Ascended Nana. So it sets a precedence that other units who are not Lords and they are not OCs can still have a chance of being an Ascended unit. So that is going to be really hype, honestly, and this is exactly what I wanted. So I mean, Joshua is a really important character for Sacred Stone, so it does make sense, and I love his outfit. He looks so badass. Like, this art is just so top tier. Really love his outfit. So he's got Blade of Jehana, and this is going to be giving him -1 special cooldown, and it also has the lull speed defense built into it. And then he has got a weird condition in his weapon where he will get a different effect depending on from where he's attacking from. So if the foe is in the cardinal direction of Joshua, he can get the conditional fire sweep effect. But if he's not going to be in the cardinal direction of his foe, then he can deal true damage based on 15% of foe's attack. So it's pretty much like a conditional Ruptured Sky that can provide you with true damage. So it's an interesting weapon, but I don't think it's going to be helping him be too much of an impactful unit. And that's completely fine, honestly. Not every dagger unit needs to be of the level of Yuri or something like that. But still, Joshua is quite cool. And he has got Glimmer, Life and Death 4, Null Follow-Up, and Green Feud. So the conditional fire sweep effect that he gets from his weapon is going to be pretty helpful, but against units like Ascended Fiorm, who have got Null Counter Disrupt, it is going to be a lot more annoying. And that's why I think he has got Green Feud to improve his matchup against Ascended Fiorm. And there are also some other, green tanks that are pretty common, like Brave Edelgard, for example. And Green Feud can be used to nullify the support that enemy can get from stuff like Duo Peony. And I definitely do not want to face any kind of Green Feud in Aether Raids offense, because I might be using Thor with World Breaker, and Green Feud can just disable that. So it is going to be a niche skill, but it does have its usage. So that's why they have probably given him Green Feud despite him being a colorless unit. -1 special cooldown and lull speed defense in his weapon are consistent effects, but then it depends on your positioning if you want to get the conditional fire sweep effect or the conditional true damage based on opponent's attack. So it can be a bit hard to manage at times because he's still an infantry unit, and there are going to be terrains which can be annoying at times to get the effect that you want. So positioning is going to be a really important thing about Ascended Joshua, and it can be hard at times. I expect him to have this kind of stat spread, pretty standard stuff compared to Yuri and Volk, having 43 base speed and base 41 attack. He's not going to be having the highest bulk, I don't think. So yeah, despite having the fire sweep effect, it is going to be a bit tough for him to face Ascended Fiorm, even with the Green Feud skill. Because Ice Mirror is going to be hitting really hard here, and he already has Life and Death, which can further just reduce his, defenses. So that is going to be Ascended Joshua. I'm actually really happy, and I cannot wait to summon for him. Even though, again, like I said, he's not exactly the most impactful unit. If you're a fan of him, you could try to spark for him. And because he's an Ascended unit, when you get him for the first time, you're going to be able to get the Ascended Floret. And I don't think you should be summoning only for the florets unless you're a whale or you spend a lot of money on the game. You should definitely try to summon if you actually want to get the character and if you're going to be using them. So that's personally what I think. And overall, I think that this banner is not exactly like a must pull. It is going to be skippable for many people because Joshua is going to be the main focus, and even him, like, he faces competition from Yuri and Volk, of course, who have a lot more unique stuff in their weapon. Joshua's stuff is also pretty unique, but it can be hard at times to actually get it because of its positional conditioning. Neimi does have the preferred weapon, but it's not exactly something that many people might need in their barracks, and then the two other dagger units do not really have a preferred weapon, and one of them is going to be a demote. And we do have Riev as the Grand Hero Battle unit, and in his sprite you can actually see that he's a blue infantry mage if you just close up on him, and he doesn't have an inheritable weapon, so he seems to have a preferred weapon in his sprite. So maybe it could be some kind of gimmicky Grand Hero Battle type of tome that a lot of mages get. And he does use Aura Tome and Sacred Stones when you face him, so it could be some variation of Aura Tome, maybe giving him some kind of extra attack and resistance, or maybe some kind of gimmicky effect. And I don't think he's going to be that fast. Obviously, he's going to be a high attack, high bulk type of unit. but hey, we can still expect that he might have a pretty good weapon that could maybe make him as a mage tank. That seems to be a possibility. We have gotten Sonya before, who follows a similar pattern with her stat spread, having this kind of bulk, high attack, and low speed. So maybe Riev can be that type of unit, but actually having... So definitely looking forward to what they do with him, but I don't exactly have very high hopes with him, seeing the history with the Grand Hero Battle mages. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about this banner. Even if you're not summoning on this banner, it is still really interesting that Ascended Joshua opens up the gates for non-OC Ascended units. So hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and a comment. Helps me tremendously, and if you really enjoyed, you can always support me directly by using super thanks or by becoming a YouTube member down below. I want to thank all of my YouTube members, and for more FEH videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I wish YouTube sub boxes would make me hopeful like Ascended Joshua does. So that's it, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.